You know. Hey, everybody. How you doing? What's up? What's today? Tuesday? Don't feel like no Tuesday to me. Give me a second, John. I'm over here, got my do or die bumping in these ears. It's throwing me back. Chicago love. Always. Put my fellas that drama water in my ears and I'm gonna go crazy. Hey Dana, happy Tuesday. How you doing? I just said, let me drop in. Let me tell y'all something. Some days it take a lot to even come in. Hey, Vixie. Hey there. How you doing, sis? Some days it take a lot to even get me. But one thing y'all can't get me to do, unless it's just that message I have to pass in it, is come when I'm like mentally somewhere else. So yesterday, I got off my live, felt good. Felt the energy, felt the love. Oh, enjoy that day off. It's a beautiful day out here. It's almost 80. But it's also messing with my sinuses bad. And if you mess with my sinuses, it messes with the pressure in my eyes. And, so it's one of those days. Hey there, D. Hey there. Good you're listening while you're driving. Hey, sis, how you doing? I hope good. Like I said, I literally was fighting myself to come on here today because yesterday I came off my live. I was feeling good. I was feeling the energy, in the storm. I was feeling the shelter. But then I got off. Then I get word about Texas. And then I went into that, that mother mode where you're so worried, especially when you're so far apart. I feel like the American Tale, somewhere out there. Some days I even have to listen to that song and I'm bawling like a baby. Say, somewhere out there beneath a pale blue sky, someone's thinking of me, But so I couldn't get in touch with my son. And I kept looking. I said, well, it doesn't look like they're hitting, Houston where he's at. But I know that my grandson lives in Dallas. And I know my son is back and forth from Houston to Dallas. And so I was worried. But then finally, I ended up talking to my grandson's mom and knowing that they were okay. Thank you, Big. Thank you, D. Love says, I told you we kindred spirits. But yeah, so then I had that. So then once I got word that they were okay and they were safe, I was still a little worried. And then I had to realize that I got to trust in something higher than me. You know what I mean? Even as a mother, you know how it is. All us mothers, we can't do everything. We can just do the best we can do. You know what I mean? And I got to trust that if God is covering me and he loves me, that his love for them is more than I could ever give. So I have to trust in that. But, sometimes the flesh, So then after that, I said, well, you know what? I got to put my mode back into something happy. But then, of course, you know how when negative energy comes in, it just keeps floating. So then I started worrying. I started thinking about how this Saturday on the 26th, my oldest child will be 25 years old. And how, man, if I just think back to 25 years ago and I think of how far I've come, so before I can even think of that, I just started thinking, oh, you won't be there. I've never missed a birthday. I've already, for the first time, missed a Christmas with them and all these things. And I said, but you know what? I'm not missing it because I'm dodging them, or any of those things. I had to come into this safe place. And I woke up this morning and my sinuses were killing me. And the more I lay around, the more idle my brain is. And it could slip me somewhere completely different than I need to be. So I had to pull it together. I had to not think about what was wrong, but what was right, what I'm blessed to have, what I've been blessed to get, what I have in my life, the support I do have, not what I don't have, the ones that were real, not the ones that was fake. And so then as I built that, it took something. But I'm definitely still sending prayers out to Oklahoma and Texas. I'm definitely sending prayers out to North Fort, Georgia, because today they had a whole standoff at the Greyhound. And luckily no one was hurt, but it's just the fear that I put in somebody. So I'm just sending prayers out. Terry Lynn, you're on my prayer list too. We all are. You all are. I kid you not. And like when I say prayers, just even if our names aren't the names we go by from the government on here, my prayers that anybody I come across, anybody I talk to, anybody I see in a chat, that forget on here that in your safest places in you, there's some peace, just some kind of peace, a moment of peace, a moment of laughter, whatever. So I got to that spirit, and then I said, you know what? Come on here and give out some love. Let me come on here and get some love. Because sometimes where it may seem like I'm coming on just to give it, I'm receiving it. I'm receiving it in this dark, cold world. I'm receiving it in this place where some of us deal with our own mental, I don't want to call them issues or, demons. I just want to say these things that sometimes just take us down. You know what I mean? And so I came in like, let me give out some love. Let me say, hey, Sly. I love when Sly come on here. That's the only time I see her. Otherwise, I just see people like, yes, Sly. Sly, I heard you, girl. And I'm like, where's she at? I see her comments come up. Hey there. To see y'all, thank you for coming in and showing some love. And I'm giving you some love. I'm sending some love. I'm sending some good energy, to you. Because it's so heavy. Sometimes you got to come away from it. And just think about something. It's like, wait a minute. So I had to put on a little rap music. I had to throw it back for him. I had to let a little bit of some do or die, some psychodrama pop through my ears. I had to hear some old Master P. Grab me a little bit of Tupac, some Biggie, I had to come into a place when, you remember when you were younger and no matter what was going on, it seemed like you were strong? That's why some of us so messed up now. I know me. Because we were so strong back then. You know what I mean? And got a little older and the world got a little realer. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm like, I just want to come into a happy place. I don't mean that nothing's going on. I don't mean there's no struggles. We're not stressed. You don't have worries. It doesn't mean that. I just want to have a moment of, what's up, y'all? How you doing? It's almost like, remember when you were young and whatever was going on in your home or in your life or in your mind or with your boyfriend, whatever it was when you was young. Because, when you was young, everything was the biggest things in the world. Some days you couldn't wait to get around your little friends, because for some reason they made everything better, even if they were half the problem. He's like, girl, they made it better. Just kikiing with my girls, just laughing with the fellas. You know what I mean? Just cracking some jokes. So I want to come in and give that kind of energy today. You know what I mean? I want to literally come up in here and say, hey, y'all, I wish it was great out here for all of us. We all struggling. We all are going through, but we got each other. If nothing else, you got the moment we in. You know what I mean? And in this moment, we're going to be happy. Now, one thing about when you find some joy, here come that pain. Here come that anger. Here come that. Nah, we're not on that. We're not on that today. We're not right this moment. We're not on it right this moment. Because like I said, I was fighting today. I was really fighting. I was fighting because, see, one thing about the mind, it remember everything. It can hear everything. It replays everything. And sometimes if my mind is too idle, they say the idle mind is the devil's playground. Sometimes my mind's too idle. It's just dark. It's like, oh, ain't no need to be good. And then you start fighting with what you're doing. So I was fighting with myself last night just because I was in a sad place. And I'm all, you know what? Maybe bad is what you gotta be. Maybe you could be the baddest of the bad and show, baby, bad. Did that, done that, got the postcard. And you know what? Please. Because we only responsible for ourselves. I just find myself apologizing a lot. Your post didn't go up on IG. Anyone who follows me, I'm going to be stepping back for a bit. Haven't been feeling so hot. Got to make a call. Into my surgeon tomorrow. Oh, man, we are definitely sending prayers and healing vibes for you. That's a lot. I always think about it with my eye. Like, man, when you get back, what if they say, let's go ahead and do this eye over? And I worry or, and things like that. But I just have to tell myself that if I trust God got me or trust in whatever you believe that got you, you know what I mean? I got to trust that if that's what it's supposed to be, that's what it has to be. I have to. And trust me, that's easier said than done. And catch me tomorrow, I might say something different. But in the end, I know that's so. So we are definitely sending prayers for you, Vixie, that whatever it is that needs to be done is done so that you can have some healing. Or, you know what I mean? If you're in pain, if the pain can be subside, if it don't go away, at least it can go down a little bit. So that's definitely, I'll definitely keep that on my list of GVOs and prayers, good vibes only, healing vibes. Right? Please keep it posted. Please. I really have to get better with IG. I really do. In other social medias, I find myself like one place at a time. And then I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. I guess you got to do something else. Yeah, I think you have to make it around this whole thing called social media. But there's some social medias, like I told you, you ain't gonna catch me there. Twitter, Snapchat, you won't catch me there. If you look for me there, you'll never find me. I just don't, because I feel like in some places, if you go in it's too dark, you're gonna get just as dark. You're gonna get just dark, and then you're gonna be apologizing to yourself. Man, I knew I shouldn't have went on over there to Twitter. I knew I'd get into it. I knew I'd be over there fighting myself. What's a VC? Oh, vitamin C. Them vitamins are such a good thing to do. I'm real good on vitamin C. Like if it's this is about to make me sound like a kid. If it's vitamin C gummies or that just vitamin C. Hey, baby doll. Hey, sis, how you doing? Hey, Crystal. Hey, sis, how you doing? Queens in the building. Crowns on the head. Thank you. How y'all doing? But yeah, we need those vitamins. And ever since I've hit 40, you know what I mean? I'm starting to realize more and more how much we got to take better care of ourselves. I'm speaking on me. Like, all that stuff you was getting away with, the eating fast food, the staying, whatever it was, the riding events, whatever it was in your life. You realize, man, I gotta slow down. I don't got it in me no more. Sometimes it's funny. Like I could be at home and stay up all night. You know what I mean? Can't sleep tonight. I'm up all night. I'm thinking, my mind racing. It's going 100 places at one time. I can't figure out where it's going, but it's just going all these places. I'm just waiting for it to get back so I can go to sleep. But let me go outside. Boy, it's starting about 11. And I'll be like, dang, are we going to wrap this up? I'm just tired for no reason. I said, that's my age kicking my butt. Because once upon a time, 11 was when it just started. You know what I mean? That was when you just got it kicking into it. Oh, you turned 40 last month? So young. Look, you're so young. I'm 42. You're so young. So young. I just saw Tasha K post and she was 40. And I was like, dang, girl, you younger than me. Dang. Shoot. But I can't even lie. Sometimes when I was 17, 18, you kicking with the OGs, the older people, and they'd be like, Shorty, how old is you? And I'd be like, 17. They'd be like, man, you got an old spirit. You got an old soul. And I used to think that was bad. But now I know I do. I'm about to start taking women 40 plus. Vitamin C and D and zinc. Oh yeah. See, and that's another thing, just knowing like what all these vitamins do. I'm just really not one for pills and things. And like I even told you all, painkillers was as deep as I really like. Like when people would, this used to be so funny. I would see people be like, oh, my head hurt, give me a Tylenol. You give them a Tylenol, they ain't even swallowed the water in their mouth. And they're like, oh, that's going to start kicking in. But I'm like, that fast? You took a squig of water and it's already, because I thought it's mental. And I just now, then the different things medicines do, it's terrible sometimes to read them side effects because we like, I don't want to take this at all. I'd rather, how you watch them infomercials at night and it'll be like, yes, take this for depression, but it could lead to suicidal thoughts. It could be like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. So you want me to get things that I'm trying to run from? Oh, no, I don't want to take that. So that's how I used to be about medicine. Man, Sly, I don't even know what your age is, but when I get there, I pray to be even wiser. You know what I mean? I pray because I know I'll be wise on them vitamins and all that good stuff I'm supposed to take. My grandparents used to like cod liver oil wasn't something you just took for a cold. And then I tell people now I realize why they had us taking that every night. And I used to be mad, like, oh, this stuff is disgusting. You know, you giving this to us every night. But when I think about it, when I was a shorty, I never had no colds. Never. Like, I've had the flu once in my life. And so you think about those things, like they was protecting us. You know, they was giving us some old natural stuff. Right. You read them side effects and you're like, okay, put the pill bottle down. I don't know if I can take this. Because I'm the type that's going to get every side effect you can get. I remember getting the birth control shot, right? And oh my goodness. I didn't even know it had side effects like that. I just knew that, like, it was all these other ones. I was like, I don't really want to mess with that. I was like, I don't want to take the birth control pill because I'm real bad with doing something exactly at the same time, which is funny because mostly the things I do are like in this order at this time. And like, if I'm getting ready for work, I'm like, okay, from 7 to 7:20, we're going to be in the shower. From 7:20 to 7:40, literally, I'm on this clock. But for some reason, I was young. I'm like, oh, that pill, I'll never take it on time. And then when I end up having my first ovary removed, I had to take birth control to balance my hormones. So I took it on something totally different than as a birth control. But yeah, I'm real bad with that kind of stuff. But I definitely catch the side effects. If anybody's going to be the guinea pig for the side effects, it's me. So when I read a bunch of side effects, I'm running from the bottle like, oh, no, you keep that. Then don't want it. Is there any holistic or natural things I can take? Please send them my way. I want to know. Yeah, but how's everybody doing today? Overall, how's your day going? What's the good point in your day? You know what I mean? There's always a good point. You know, because let me tell you something. When my day ain't got no good points, you won't catch me on here. Even if I'm watching your show, you won't even catch me in the comments. Like I said last night when I even started coming on and watching, I literally was typing in messages to say like, hey, what's up? But I couldn't because a part of me wasn't even there. You know, so I was blanking out. I'm listening and not listening. You know, I'm there, but I can't really tell you what we're talking about because I'm in and out of thoughts. And so I always think about that with energy. And then I think about in this storm, what is it telling me? And it's telling me to stand. So that's the message I'm gonna get everybody: stand. We gotta stand. Just stand. Stand. Because otherwise I'm gonna fall out, fall down, fall apart. Hey Samantha, how you doing now, sis? But yeah, so I was like, man, let me come on here and get some love. I need a little love. I need some of y'all energy to boost my energy up. You know, because it's heavy. You know, when you're a person that care, you just care. It don't got to be going on with you. I just care. I told you, that's part of me. I care. So I care in here. I care out there. I care on the streets. My sister told me, because today she worked from home. And where the hostage standoff was in North Fort was like half a mile from her job. You know what I mean? Like right by her job. And I got worried. But then the first thing I thought was the blessing that one, no one was injured. That two, think about if that person would have, instead of going to that Greyhound, had went to her job. And so I thought how blessed everyone was. You know, the people who encountered this situation, everyone was blessed. And I know that won't change the fear that got put in people for being a part of it. So when I thought about that, I said, man, you got to count your blessings. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm sitting around thinking about the losses so much that I can't even realize. Family Mackie, hey, bruh, King in the building. But I realized, like, man, if I don't count my blessings and I just sit here and keep counting these L's, I'm never going to see the blessings. And I spent a lot of life where you were so busy counting L's. You know, even when I think about the day when my son, when I told you all about the seizures from the spider bites, when that happened, I was so caught up all day in two things. And I was caught up in the fact that I did dialysis patients and that one of my patients had passed. And that bothered me. It bothered me to go to her house and she not be there and we not have our conversation. But not only that, she wouldn't be there no more for her family. So I was so in that. Then I was so bothered by a person I was calling a friend was, throwing the hook, line, and sinker in my back, and I ain't even know it till like the middle of that day. And so I was on the phone before he had a seizure, and this was the biggest thing in my life. I was on the phone telling somebody like, "Hey, you don't understand. Like, I don't play these games. I'm gonna get up with it. I'm gonna do this. You don't play with me. I'm this. I'm that. I broke bread with you." And it was so important. My son had a seizure, and the whole thing changed. And I would have gave anything for that to be the only problem on my plate. And so sometimes we don't even see where we got these things you can't see them because I'm so caught up in all this other shit. I'm so caught up. I'm so caught up. But see, I'm the type that when I see something, I realize like, hold on, you didn't get privy to that. You didn't see that for no reason. Learn a lesson. Get something out of it. Do something better in you. And so that's what that's what I try to do. And like I said, we're human. Sometimes I'm going to fall short. And sometimes I told y'all I'm from the show me state. I'm going to have to go all the way through it. Get knocked down, knocked over, rolled over, pushed back, shanked in the back, all this just to learn a lesson. I am guilty. I'm guilty. I am guilty as can be. But as I get wiser and as I get older, I'm like, time don't wait for no one. You know what I mean? No, it don't wait for any of us. It don't wait till you want to get it. It just give you things so you can get it. You can learn from it. You can save somebody else, whatever. It's giving you that. I should have called this Tuesday testimony. Church, always in the building. Tabernacle, it's always in the building. You got to teach something. We learn from each other. I learn from you all. I learn in the world. You know what I mean? And so I said, let me come on here and give some love. And like I said, we on day 3. And usually my eye doesn't give me, so that's why I'm counting, because usually my eye doesn't give me days in a row. But like I said, when that sinuses are up and, the pollen is out, my eye pressures will go up and it'll change things. And then, like I said, the lights are different, but I'm so happy for the sun to be shining. Because I don't know about y'all. If I'm not sleeping the rain could change my whole mood. Like, I could be looking out the window, can't go nowhere. Or you can, but, just feels like it closes the walls on me. So I just like rain at night. I know people like to walk in the rain now. Danny don't like wet clothes at all. I just, the thought of my shoes being wet and walking in them makes me want to walk barefoot down the streets. Hey, man, how you doing? Red Rock, hey, brother, 2 kings in the building. I love when the kings come in the building. There's a security when the kings are in the building. Always. I tell people, when I'm amongst, I got to say this. So I got a real tomboy, whatever you want to call it. They got names for everything. Tomboy kind of personality, not as feminine and, I guess sugar and spice and everything nice as most people. But I always tell people I'm that way because I've had to be my own protector. I've had to do this. I've had to do that. So that's why you get these type of women with these stronger edges, because I've had to be out there. Wasn't nobody checking the door but me. Wasn't nobody protecting the fort but me. You know what I mean? So I had that edge. But trust me, whenever real men are in the presence, I say, ladies, just chill. You're covered. You're covered. So even in here, we're covered. But I also know when they ain't in the building, we covering each other. Hey, we got it. Ashley, hey, how you doing? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. I always tell people, come on in, say hello. Say hello. Real recognize real. So if I come across you real too. Because real recognize real. It does. And real don't judge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge nobody. Because like I said, I can tell you stories make you want to run from this channel. And I did them. Guilty. I had to go bad to turn good. I had to see the dark to appreciate the light. You know what I mean? I had to be out in the cold to enjoy the heat. Maria, hey, how you doing? What up, sis? Like I said, so thank you, Ashley. I mean, a lot. Like I said, y'all give me something. You let me know there's nothing wrong with just being you. Just being you. Because that's all I'm giving y'all is me. If somebody went out here and caught me on the streets, they say, oh, she's the same person. She the same person. Now, sometimes I might be a little unfiltered. I might tell a story with names attached to it out on the streets. But on here, I give people their space to not put their name in a story. That's respect. I give them respect. Just tell my story. But other than that, it's like, nah, I got nothing but love. And I stand in a place so strong that people even know in the world, they'll know, hey, I ain't with the shits. I'm not. I tell people, for everything you want to do is somebody who will do it with you. And you know what I'm not going to do. And so I stand in that. Do you know what I mean? Because I remember the days I wish somebody made a safe place for me so I didn't have to fight. Somebody made a safe place for me so I didn't have to cry. But everybody was too busy caring only about themselves. Because some people only care if they okay. You know what I mean? They don't care if you straight or not. They like, oh, at least I'm home. My kids at home. I'm the type like, let us all be home. Just like I can't stop thinking about, is that Sarah Z? She was out there in tornadoes yesterday. I'm like, I'm going to need to see her. Or was that, no, that was Lady Godiva. I've been waiting to see her. Like, I need to see her in the chat just so I can know she okay. Sarah Z, I put that on you because I seen your name. Hey there, sis. You're giving me love. Thank you. That's why I said some days I want to come on here and be like, hey, just put an emoji for how you're feeling. Because everybody ain't feeling good. If I could, like, if there was an emoji for how I feel, it would kind of be like an emoji that started being said and then got happy. Because I had to boost in energy. And the more y'all come in here and you show love, spread love, take a minute from whatever it is. We all took a minute. I put it in someplace else. And made, you know what I mean? Just to come on here and give the good energy, where my soul lies, who I really am, the core of me. Because some of us, we've had to, live different lives where I can't give you my core. Because that feels like the weakest part of me. But I'm finally at a place where that don't make me weak. You know what I'm saying? It actually makes me strong. It makes me strong that I'm not ashamed to say, like, hey, I'm being good because I know where the bag gonna lead us. Hey, Gina, how you doing? Hey, Wind Whispers. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be looking at the computer to see. But as I see pop-ups, I see love. And I'm saying, hey. But yeah, so like I said, I just, that's the one thing I know. I remember when we were young, I had this buddy. And my buddy had lost one of her siblings. But she was so young that she didn't know how to deal. So to the outside world, she was just nasty and mean and angry. But we knew her core. And sometimes you got to get to the core to understand what you're dealing with. But most of us, we see the surface. Just this old saying, judging books by its cover, or judging things off what I heard or what somebody, you know what I mean? I could show you anything. Like I said, I could show you. I could tell you. I could tell you where I done messed up, where I done. But you wouldn't have this had I not done that. You wouldn't have this had I not went through it, had to deal with it. And like I told y'all, like that book, Going on a Bear Hunt, you can't get over it. You can't get under it. You got to go through it. You got to go through it. You can't stop and sit. You can. You'll have moments. I'm going to stop what I'm going through. And I'm just going to pass out. I'm just, I can't. Like when I did Stone Mountain, there were moments I just stopped and sat down. And then I look around me and little kids was just hitting it. Old people. I mean, and when I say old people, it's because I'm an old person. I mean, they could have been my grandmother. And they just hitting. I said, look at them hitting. I seen a man running up the mountain. I seen a guy riding his bike up the mountain. I seen somebody with a cane still walking up the mountain. And I said, wait a minute. They gave me inspiration. So, and then I just told myself, you know what? This is just like life. Sometimes you got to stop because sometimes we're so busy trying to get to the top. Let me just get to the top. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to get to the top. Sometimes you got to stop. And when I stopped, I caught the most beautiful sunset on the mountain. When I stopped and talked to a person for a minute that gave me more inspiration on telling me what they were battling and why they came here. But I never would have got any of that had I not stopped. So sometimes while you're going through, you got to stop. I got to stop. Fall out, cry, kick, and scream. I might. But as long as at the end I complete it, it's like I tell my son all the time, tell my oldest son all the time. I said, must complete it. You have to complete this. Because if you don't, every time it get too tough, every time it get rough, every time you get scared, you're going to quit. But let me tell you something. Hey, when you have kids, it gets rough. It gets tough. It gets scary. It gets hard. Can you quit? Can you quit? Because believe it or not, I've done it in parts of my parenting. Sometimes we're there and you quit. You just quit. You gave up because you decided it wasn't, what you're doing isn't good enough, but you didn't realize I was in a process. And progress is a process. It's a process. That's why I tell people, they say, girl, you want to be 20 again? Hell no. Hell no. Nope. Because I wasn't thinking straight at all. I thought, I reacted. Everything with me was a reaction. Somebody sneezed and covered their mouth. I'm losing my mind. And then today, I'm like, even during the pandemic, you'd be on the bus, somebody sneeze. And people would go bananas. And you'd be like, come on, y'all, let me tell you something. First of all, first things first. Before the pandemic came, it's people walking around with stuff that they can give you by coughing all in the air. It's stuff, yeah, for real. But we wasn't thinking like that. So I said, okay, you do need to have manners and cover your mouth, and need to cover that mouth. But I don't need to go off. I don't need to drain my energy because you sneezed and then cover your mouth. I promise you, I done gave up and thought that was like you said, because it's easy. I done gave up and thought, whew, I'm glad I got out of that. And then later thought, man, what if you would have fought it through? High school is an example for me. Like I said, it was so bad, and then I gave up the fight. And that's what they wanted. And when I gave up the fight, I'll never forget the day the class of 1997 was graduating. I remember sitting with my buddies, sitting around, drinking, smoking, talking shit and doing nothing else, playing video games. Hey, AAA, I remember doing that. And I remember thinking, damn, you still got to this day, but the difference is you're not even a part of it. What if you would have fought it out? What if you would have kept going? It would have actually made me stronger. You know what I mean? But that wasn't my story. You know what I mean? I had to get that strength another way. But I did imagine, what if you would have just went through with it? It's just like them days you called off work because it was nice outside, or because your boo guy ain't done spent the night and he ain't going to work. So you said, I'm going to stay at home with him. And you laid around, you ain't do nothing all day. And then you looked up and it was 5. You said, I could have really went to work. Then when that check came, you really thought about how you missed it and how you could have just went ahead and went. Am I the only one who used to call off from work because it was nice outside? I did. I mean, you'd wake up and be like, wait, did they just say the weather going to be 85? Oh, it's going to be Jupiter today. I got to call off. But I was never the type to call off. Some people call off work. Oh, just go to the extreme with a lot. Now, man, I just ain't going to be able to do it. Can you do it? I ain't going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not about to put people in the hospital. I'm not about to tell you about past deaths and make it like it happened. Nope. I'm not. I'm just going to call in and be like, it's no. And that's why by the time I was, when did I officially, I think I was like 31. I literally, any job I did, I'm an independent contractor. I started doing things that way and working my own way. And by the time we got to the pandemic, I literally was at points where I worked about 25 hours a week, and I made more than I was making when I was going and doing 40, 50 hours a week. I said, wait a minute. Because I had to not just say, I don't want to work all the time. And I had to say, but I do want the money. But I had to find a way to make it. You know what I mean? The right way. Never give up. Never. Let me tell you something. It's even like, okay, here's an example. I'm going to be as real as you can be. So you know how sometimes when you're talking about your exes, your ex-boyfriends or whatever, and you're talking about how they dog and they this, I don't even look at stuff like that. I think that every bad relationship, every cheater, even the ones that were physically abusive, that they made me stronger. They made me better. Now, do I want to go through that again? But it made me stronger. So, like, even with my kid's father, I got 3 kids, I got 2 kids' fathers. And even with my kid's father, when I think of who could have been the worst, it would be them because we had children. And so to get that out of them, but I am thankful for them. Because if it not been for them, I wouldn't have the children I have. You know what I mean? People say, well, you could have had kids still, but I wouldn't have the children I have. Do you hear me? I wouldn't have the children I have without them. So that, hey, Susan, hey, sister. And but I even look at that. So I'm like, I don't know, dog them out for what? They are part of the things I love the most. Now, would I recommend them for somebody as a mate? That's all now. Now, I'm not that sweet, but me to dog them, nah, there's no need to dog them. I'm grateful for what they gave me. And unlike any of the other ones, I don't even have that story to say they gave me these great children. Even if they gave you the great love and the best love and TKO you ever had in your life, Oh, everybody just speaking. Oh, that's good. Let's inspire each other. And here's the thing. We gonna all, we all grown up, everybody grown. We gonna fuck up. If you have not, hey, KT, if you have not messed up in your life, blessings. But as long as you're living, it could be a time you do. I mean, even when you watch, because when we start looking at things completely, eyes wide open and looking at things, I just realized I've been watching Marvel and DC and all that since I was a kid. My brothers, my mother, they all into comic books. So from back then when my mom would read us comic books and my brother, when he would babysit, he'd read us, any of that, or they would read comic books so much. So I've been into those for a long time. But it was just recently when I was watching the last Spider-Man and it just hit me. Like, even with superheroes, when they become Venom or the bad version of themselves, it's because all the pain they went through, they decided, why am I being good? And so I thought, hey, there's a message in everything. And sometimes, like I said, we got to go back. I remember my cousin passed a few years back. And when he passed, I was in a daycare the day he passed. And I was reading to the kids this Winnie the Pooh book. I can't think of the name of it. But the story was about, when Winnie the Pooh's old buddy, his friend, the only human, he goes to school. And so he's leaving. Hold on. I tell you, my kids, it's just like when they were young. My kids will wait till I get on the phone. Then here they come. Mommy, can you open the can? Can we go outside? Rah! You like, did they just start doing this because I'm on the phone? Then as soon as I get on the live, they be like, let me text her. And then you know how your kids, but you text them and you just sitting there waiting. I see they received it, but they not responding. My kids will text you and they text back like, yo, did you see it? Or question mark. You be like, wait a minute. You just text, hold on. I gotta pause the live in my great Winnie the Pooh story. Hold on, y'all. Kids. Huh. Yishka. Now I'm typing so fast. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, what's that mean? Then they're gonna text back, what you mean? I'm like, hold on, let me correct that right there. But in the Winnie the Pooh book, when his buddy was going to school, he wrote a letter to Winnie the Pooh. And then he's telling him, you're stronger than you think you are. It's just this great little message. But when I was a kid, I heard that story 1,000 times, didn't really get it. But also in the preparation, because you don't write into kids like, oh, then somebody passed. But it's teaching that even if someone's there, this is what they're putting in you. And I got that. And I only got it because that day I was reading the book and I was thinking, oh my God, kids, I'm about to, you read something, oh, I can't even get it out. I'm about to cry. And then I had to wait till I was finished. They went down for a nap and I was like, oh, like that book is so deep. And that's what I realized. Sometimes we got to go back to them kids' stories and read them and understand what we were supposed to get out that fable. Because I don't think we got it either because we were kids. But it's preparing you for this whole world. You're a new sub, Gina. Thank you. Welcome to the kingdom, Queen. where everybody wear a crown. You know what I mean? If somebody ever had judged you for anything you was, were, or are, not him. Not here. Not here. Because in here, you act the best. Like I said, I done been around some convicted. Let me make that straight, because then somebody one day will be saying, Daddy said she always running with killers. I'm not telling nobody business. But I've been around people who you think would be the biggest trash, but when you in there, you're in a safe place. You're just chilling. And I'm not safe because I know they'll take somebody down. I'm safe because we're just chilling. And that's what we up in here doing. We just chilling. And like I said, even if we was talking about something serious, we talking to get some resolution. Who got a solution? Who came out of that? How'd you get out? How did you make it? How'd you get up this morning? Are you taking it one step at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time? Please let me know. Don't some people just want to give you the story like, yeah, girl, I know what it's like to be cheated on. Every man I ever messed with cheated on me, girl. Give me something else. Give me something else, because now I think I'm going to be stuck in this forever. You know? That's right. Don't you throw that baby out with that bad boy. That's right. Yes. That's true. That's true. That's true. And sometimes you'll be thinking, you'll be sitting around people like, oh, it's the worst I've ever had in my life, and y'all don't know. And then you start telling your story, and they might say, and just listen. Then eventually, might not be that day, might be that day, they might start telling your story, and you think, oh my God, I feel bad about even ever saying. You know, so that's why I said my heroes are some of the, you know, I learned a long time ago that some of the heroes for me was never like, I mean, I could love Michael Jordan. I could love these celebrities or whatever, enjoy their music, know what they mean in my life. But my heroes were those mothers who lost their child and they still loved and kept on, and they kept a strength and they kept love in their heart. And I thought, man, if they can not even overcome, go through. Because remember, we can't get over it. Can't get under it. You know, so those were heroes to me. It was those people who life done made it where you should be the biggest bully or whatever in life, but you weren't. And your heart still cared, and you still gave a chance, and you still treat people with respect. I'm like, man, these people are just, those were the ones who inspired me. You know, 1 minute at a time. It's it. That's all I can do. I used to try to take it all. I'm planning for next week, next year, in 10 years from now. And you should have a plan for the future. Definitely. And then I had points where I lived 1 day at a time. So look, you'd have $300 in your pocket. You out kicking, and you say, but what if I don't make it to tomorrow? And then you always woke up tomorrow. I knew I shouldn't have stayed at that party and all night. I done spent $300 on nothing. Then when you broke, you could take $20 and buy a whole house worth of groceries. How I do that with $20? So I had, hey, Grandma Six, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. So I've had to learn through life, you know what I mean? The differences. But it's a fight. It's a fight. In some rounds, you are getting Rocky Balboa by the Russian. Now, you remember how Rocky got beat? Oh, he was better yet, you catch it on Apollo. Apollo, we all know Apollo didn't even have an ending that he got beat so doggone bad. You know? But then that music come on, and something inspiring you to say, you know what, I got to get up because I'm still here. And I got to fight. And not only fight for me, for the others. You know, I'm a selfless person. I tell people, if I had millions, I'd be giving it out. I'd be like Bill Gates when I saw how rich he was years ago. And I said, wait, he going to leave out most of his money to charity? How beautiful. Beautiful. He on the give back, beautiful. But I tell people, since my finances are, Nina, you know that's Wanda. He's so funny, y'all. Just like the kids. He like, she on that camera? Let me just bark, even though I know who that is. But anyway. But he done made me, he always does that. But yeah, you just have to keep fighting. Hey, Vicky, hey, sis. You have to, you know, you got to fight. Because like I said, I done caught it. Been ready to quit. And I was sitting over there. What was Rocky's, not his uncle. It was his wife's uncle. What was his name? He'd be over there throwing the water on Rocky, giving him the best life speeches you've ever heard. Mick, was that his name? Mick? He just giving them speeches. I would literally be in the car, oh, I can't, I won't, I don't know what to do. And he just be getting, that's how I was. That's how I look at life. It was times, like I said, and it was times I did quit. And the person I was fighting was me. So that other side of me was still sitting on the other side of the ring waiting for me to come back and get in this fight. Yeah, you have to. You have to know that no matter how bad it seems or how bad it gets, that, man, if you got up and put one foot in front of the other one, you already winning. Because there's many that won't get up again. You know what I mean? They won't. And that didn't make them weak. It didn't. It didn't. But that fight and still being good and doing right in the fight, that makes you strong. It does. It does. You know what I mean? So that's what I say. You know, we all are fighting something. And that's what I really saw that the world got to see more of during the pandemic, was that more were the same than they were different. That more were living check to check than you thought. That more didn't have a real solid plan in case something like this happened because they didn't prepare for it. Nobody was prepared for it. You know? So it taught me something. But more than anything, what it taught me was that I was sitting in a world of pain. Me, the world, we was all sitting in this pain, in this extra cut on the scars that we were trying to heal, you know. Opened them right back up. Your biggest fears. One of my biggest fears was losing my home. So I thought that if I made sure I paid all my bills during the pandemic, no matter what was going on, that I could never do that. But life taught me you never know what tomorrow may bring. You never know. And I wanted to fold. I wanted to break. You know. And parts of me broke for moments. Get to the top and look at that beautiful. Hey, that's why you'll look at my shorts and you'll see me post those pictures from climbing that mountain out here. Dang it, I just said the name of it. Stone Mountain. You know, it was hard. It was moments I was like, I can't breathe. My God, why is this killing me? There were moments when my legs just said, bump it, go back. My mind said everything. Like I said, just stop. Because sometimes you got to stop. And I look behind me. And I look in front of me. And I said, I got to keep going that way. And when I got to the top, my whole plan was to get to the top and just start screaming, ah, ah, and let out all this pain. But when I got to the top, something, that negative in you, it was mad. So it seemed like it was the loudest thing talking in my head when I first got to the top. So that thing in my head that was the pain was saying, this don't feel no better. I didn't forget. She still took you home. This. But after that subsided, I ignored that. The victory came. And he said, you did it. You did it. You did it. You didn't quit. You didn't give up. And then you did it alone. There was nobody to hold your hand. There was nobody to root you on. Because sometimes it ain't, even if you're doing right, nobody rooting, nobody cheerleading, and nobody throwing celebrations and parties. Nobody talking about, people, they say bad news travels fast, right? So you do something wrong, everybody done heard about it in less than an hour. You do something right, you be telling people like, yes, I just graduated. You graduated? I just talked to your mommy yesterday. She ain't mention it. But she did tell me about your husband leaving. Mm-hmm. I knew he wasn't no good. You say, damn, when y'all gonna start passing some good news around? That's what we have to start doing in life. Somebody be dogging somebody out. Then they'll take a breather, because when you dogging somebody out, you can talk all night. They'll be dogged about. They'll get finished, and I'll say, one thing about them, they so funny. I'll find something. He sure can cook a nice pot roast. I love when he on the grill because we got to flip this real quick. You know what I mean? And they mad because most people want you to feel what they feel, and it's hard because I'm not you. So even in the pain, and I've learned that with myself. Like you trying to make somebody say, "Oh, girl," because what you really waiting for somebody to say is, "I understand, I overstand, I got you." Maybe they will, maybe they won't. You never know. But just look at it this way: when you go in, it's just like an apology. I'm not telling you the story for that. I'm telling you to either give you an understanding of me and to let you know, hey, look, I made it out of it because look at me today. Look at me today. Shoot. That's why the other day, who was that? Was that Margene who said something about like, have we ever done something? I done did some crazy stuff when I was sober. Okay? I mean, for real. And I shouldn't have. And of course, if I oh girl, my son. Kids. But yes, I told you the kids. I tell the church tabernacle is in the building all the time. Anytime I learn something, I'll say, "Oh Lord, we got church up in here today. We got church on here today." And Terry Land, we will definitely get back to the church service on Sunday. Because one thing y'all better know, when you're doing something good, you're doing something right, people gonna shut it down. I never forget, every time I went to work, inside my book bag, I always had food. You know what I mean? If I went to a restaurant, I had leftovers, and it was always for when I ran across homeless people. Sometimes they'd be asleep. I'm sliding on over on them. I'm sliding. Then one day I'm on the bus, and I'm going to get this man some food, and this officer says, "Excuse me, ma'am, you can't do that." I said, "Say what?" He said, "Well, you can't do that." I said, "What? Like, is he gonna go? He's starving. You think he's going to report somebody if he got sick off some food?" People could be poisoned. First of all, if I got time to be poisoning people, the last thing I'm thinking about doing is grabbing the poison. Let me just go poison. Well, I guess people will, because you never know what people's mental are. But I thought, dang, it's like every time you try to do something right. So I said, I got something for him. I'm going to carry snacks around, granola bar, stuff already made. So now if you want to go sue somebody, go sue Chip Ahoy. Go sue them. Go sue the chip maker. Go sue Lay's. Okay, go get after them because it was closed and sealed. So if something wrong happened in their factory, I would carry chips around, socks, gloves. I'll carry chips, socks, gloves, and bottles of water in my book bag. If you ever catch me outside, you're going to always catch me with a book bag in it. And trust me, it's loaded. It is fully ready for whatever. And so I would carry those things around. And so sometimes they come up and they say, "Oh, you got some change?" And I'd always tell them, like, because if I got money, I just give it to them. I'm going to change whatever. Whatever they ask, they want to square. Because you never know what they're going to ask for. I told y'all, I've been on the train eating because my sugar was so low. I'm on a train eating. And this man came to me and said, "Oh, I sure wish I could share with you." I tore, styrofoam containers. I tore that thing in half and I split the food with him. He said, "Well, can I sit here and eat it with you?" I said, "You sure can." And there was people on the bus like, "Oh, he stinks. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that." Well, let me tell you something. I know some people ain't homeless who stink. So I'm not here to knock that. We just got to give back. We got to care about each other. We have to care. And you should care more for the people nobody caring about than you do about, you know what I mean? Not saying we should care about everybody. But sometimes we got to think about it. Do I have an order of who I'm caring about? I care. And if something wrong with that, like I said yesterday, then I'll never want to be right. I can stand in that. I can stand in that kind of wrong forever. Because, hey, Happy. Marie, I always have a book bag. Now, one book in it. Even when I was in high school, I have a book in it. But I'm always prepared because I never know. I never know if I'm going to end up in the bus will get me stuck and I might have to have a snack myself because I ain't get to no food. Whatever, I never know. But I'm always going to have that. And so, like I said, especially if I was in my city for the winter, I'm never going to be out there without a bunch of pair of socks. A bunch of pair of socks in my thing. And the thing with the socks came not only because we couldn't pass out food, because one day me and my mother went for breakfast, and while we was at breakfast, these shorties came into the breakfast place, and I could tell that these little shorties, the people must have knew them, and they gave them a breakfast before they went to school or whatever for free. So the kids come in, they eating, and I just happened when I walk up to the counter to look down at one of them. I look down, I say, Booney, you ain't got no socks on. It's cold outside. He said, oh, I didn't have no socks. Well, you ain't had no socks, kid, y'all not. Me and my mother had just came from Kmart. And while we was in Kmart, my mother had bought all these like long johns and stuff for the kids. And we had got some extra socks and some other stuff for the kids. I literally told my mother, pass me the keys to the car. I went out to that car and I grabbed a pack of those socks. I said, hey, even if they don't fit, it's sure gonna be better than no socks, man. You get frostbite, you can't walk on them feet now. How you gonna come get your breakfast in the morning if you can't, you know what I mean, use your feet? We gotta care. We gotta care. I didn't say, wait, whose mama let somebody come outside? Well, no, my kids ain't never been sockless. What? God didn't put me in his path for that. He made sure we came across each other at the right moment, at the right time. And that's how I look at life and everybody in it. You know, that's why if somebody ever say, oh, Danny doing this for clout. Clout where? What clout you gonna get me? Because I learned one thing, I don't care who you're hanging with, what you'll catch from somebody, from other people, all they'll talk about is all the bad stuff you got off of them. Oh, she a hoe, you a hoe. She a lie, you a lie. He a thief, you a thief. Huh? No, I'm not. But nobody will take the good stuff. They gonna say, oh, y'all know y'all both thief. No, they won't see that part. That's okay, as long as you see it. As long as you see it, you are good. So that's how we have to be. You have to understand it. And like I said, in this world we live in, bad is easy. You know what I mean? Life done, like I tell people, I was raised with so much, and I'm not talking about my mama. I'm not talking about that type of stuff. I was raised with so many strikes against you, with so much hate in the world, that to be wrong would have been the right way. I know, because I lived it for years. Justifying it by what I had been through. You know what I mean? Justifying it. It's easy to be bad. And it's real hard to let that go. Woo. We need a 12-step program called I'm Trying to Be Good. You know, come in. I am Danielle Robinson. I'm trying to be good. I've been bad for 28 years. You know what I mean? Come on, let's just keep it real. I've been bad. I've been bad my whole life. I started stealing it too. They said 2 years I was taking people's stuff. 2 years old. You got to tell the truth. You got to tell the truth. Because like I said, once I tell you the truth, what you got on me? What you going to go tell somebody what I told you? Say Danny had told us she used to be so bad that the only thing she didn't get was arrested. I told you that. That came from me. It came from me. Now, if you want to go get some lies, because I've seen people who were there and they'll tell her, you'd be like, you was there and you telling a lie because that ain't how it went down. You know what I mean? I hate when people do that. And you just got cut in the story like, no, that ain't even what happened. You know, that ain't even happening. I was with my buddy one day and she telling her daughter, like, oh man, and I remember one day Danny just got mad because something didn't go her way. And next thing we knew, she was punching a car. That actually sounded kind of crazy. Like, that didn't happen like that. And you think like, girl, you were there. You know all the things that took place, not just that day, where I was mentally in life. But I see what you grabbed out of it was I just got mad because somebody, what did somebody once again sneeze and not cover their mouth? And I just was like, oh, hell no. Rah, rah. No wonder people, because sometimes it be your own homies. I'm talking about in real life. It be your own homies. They done went and told everybody all these bad stories about you. So now these people think they know you. And you're like, these ain't even true stories. Silence and Security, what up, fam? Oh, yeah. And when you change, people want to hold you to your words. So sometimes when I first started deciding, hey, I'm gonna come back a little bit because I'm going too deep in. And not only forget this, the real thing that changed me was when I looked up and the people who once upon a time I was doing that, they were falling like flies. And I thought when I came in their path, why couldn't we help each other? How did I start coming out and cutting them all the way off and never reach back or say, hey, Joe, we all know this fight. Let's get it together. You know, like I tell people, you think when any of the gods, any of the prophets or whatever was walking, they was looking for all the good ones? Let me go save all the good ones. What am I saving them from? You had to go walk in the dark places. You had to go to the pits of hell and grab some people from burning fires to get them out. And that's what I'm going to do. I ain't got nothing. And say, like I said, I know my temperature because, see, I'm still in baby steps of change. So if you take me somewhere dark, I'm like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. That dark person in me gonna come out. Oh man, it's time to get it. And then I'm going, oh, geez. And the good me gonna be like, Danny, sit down, shut up, get out of here, aboard, go. And I'm running out. I know I've done it, y'all. I'm telling you, I've done it. You put me in a place because, like I tell people, not even a chameleon. These are all parts of me. Well, I guess a chameleon is all parts of me. I'm a chameleon. You put me in something, I know how to move, I know how to speak, I know how to respect, but I also know how to give you just what you want. But sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to give them what they want. That's power. I'm giving them power by giving them what they want. I can't, Joe. I'm going to sit here easy. Keep your hands to yourself, and we fine. We fine. But before, just like when you was young, you'd be like, you can say whatever you want about me, but if you say something about my mama, it's on. Then next thing you know, everybody, when they want to get into it with you, the first person they talking about is your mama. But yeah, we listening to songs on the radio called Your Mama's on Crack Rock. You say, wait a minute. So you singing songs about somebody else's mama, but can't nobody talk about yours? I know she ain't. You don't even know mama. Whose YouTube channel you dropping, Susan? Because you know I love the love. Even with being on here. Oh my, Finding Happiness, hey sis. Finding Happiness is going to start a women's chat on Fridays in the afternoon just to give us something to chit chat with each other, have a good time with each other. I definitely will be dropping in the bed, and she already knows. But, you know, we can all side by. Like I said, I'm all about support. I tell people in a minute, somebody would probably say, oh, Danny probably went over on such and such page because they got this many followers. No, I won't. You got 2 followers. Call me over. I'm there. You got 2. Because support is that real. And I could look up and have 100,000 subscribers. Call me and you got 2. I'm still going to be there. Oh, baby. I tell you that. Ooh, the streets. I had to, you know, I thank God for them, though. It ain't for everybody, but I made it out of that. And like I said, I had to look back and say, I can't leave my people there. So, like I told y'all, if I hit Chicago, I go straight to the NAACP division of the west side of Chicago, and they'll definitely put me on the team because they know I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And I will march up and down these streets for these kids. I will stop in the school and talk with these kids. I will walk on the safe grounds with these kids. I will fall for them. I will, just so they make it. But what I want to show them is how to make it without falling. I want to show them how to make it without, you know what I mean? Because some of us ain't going to come back. You know? Oh, yeah. It's work. It is work because life keep testing you. Like, even when I went off on here, what hurt me the most was because I allowed, because, like, one thing don't ever do, because what makes me feel whole is making my ancestors proud. Because I think I shamed them enough. I think I made they fight, you know, in vain long enough. So if you trying to tell me I shame them, that's a sensitive spot. But I had to learn I know I'm not. I know I'm not. That's why I said, call me. And I mean, I've been called everything but a child of God. Like I said, I got people to this day that are swear up and down, Danny is in the LGBT community. Never been in it. Wouldn't be ashamed if I was because I'm proud of whoever I am. But they gonna call you whatever they want. Just don't call me late for dinner. Please don't. Now I'm gonna get offended. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna be offended. Other than that, that's all people do. Name call, talk crap. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the world. And that's why even when you see it on here, like I said, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Yesterday I said, because sometimes, you be seeing so much beef on here. Sometimes I'm like, let me go over to the beef sector real quick. And it's funny, you go over there and be like, oh, this is the same stuff going on. Then, like I told y'all, I done seen beef in the vegan section. Say, y'all are vegan. Shouldn't be no beef nowhere in the room. Beef is everywhere. But it's when we get to dealing, so you just got to have safe place because it's going to be there. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, you have to. You have to go. You got to go through it. That's what I said earlier. You weren't here. I said you can't get over it. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You got to go through it. Got to. And you don't want to. It ain't going to be easy. But you got to. Like I said, shit, even if I'd have started a page 3 years ago, I'd be, forget fueling the fire. I'd just be walking around like the fire starter. Because the pain in me wouldn't stop. And I'd be telling myself in my head I was taking down the bad people while being a bad person. And I would justify that. Not today. Not today. And I say, if you want to be the clown, hold on, let's catch seats for this circus. Because I don't want to be. Everybody plays the fool, though. And that's not just in relationships. That's right. Learning is a process and progress is a process. It is. So it's just, that's the facts. And right when you're giving up is when the brink of the change was just about to come. Just fight a little longer. And ask yourself this. Because, I done fought for relationships, whether they were friends or men I messed with. I done fought for relationships that never went anywhere. They didn't make me stronger. Matter of fact, they made me more insecure. They made me more weak. They made me more angry. They brought more pain. So if I could fight for something that'll bring in the end something better to me, I'm in that fight. I'm Rocky. I'm at the end. Adrian! I'm like really Rocky Balboa getting beat up for that fight. So that's the thing. Like I said, so we all are a work in progress. All of us, including me. Because like I said, I still am trying to learn how, when I'm feeling passionate about something, how to control it, where if somebody just came across it the wrong way, they might think it's anger. Or it's this, but I want you to know I just have to learn how to communicate different. But one thing about when you feel unheard, you quick to go off. You quick to snap. Because I know you heard that crazy shit came out of my mouth. I know you heard that. But you didn't hear me when I was just saying help. When I was saying, please stop. When I was saying, I'm waving the white flag, please, I surrender. Nobody heard me. But when I was boop, bop, pop, brrr, everybody heard me and said, did you hear what she said? Girl, hold on, I'm going to tell you, because I know everything she said. I've written it down. Here's what it said. You'd be like, damn, how come you didn't hear me say help? It depends on what you're choosing to listen to. But I can hear the cries for help through your eyes. I can hear the pain of nobody even cares. Because I've been there. I know what that feel like. Mm-hmm. And I know everything glitter ain't gold. So I know that most people out here fronting like it's okay. That's because they saying it. They saying it. Sound good. It sound good. That's why I told y'all I had to go find that little girl where the pain first started in me. And I had to tell her, stand up. Because it's going to be okay. It's going to go through a lot. And man, it's going to be days I got to go find the teenage you and tell her. Because right now, but I got to start with you. And I got to tell you first, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Then I worked my way up to the teenage me. And the teenage me was like, get your lying ass out of here. It ain't going to be okay. You know what's going on now? I said, look, girl, I'm telling you, I'm 42 now. We 42. Can you believe we 42? Can you believe we not out here hurting nobody? Can you believe we care? Can you believe that I love you? I'm sorry I didn't love you back then because I didn't know how. I had to do that. Next, I gotta go get up on that 25-year-old me, but I ain't got to her yet. You know? All right, I gotta get to her. But it's a process. But I did go get the little girl who lost herself so young that she was still sitting in the corner of my mind crying, saying nobody ever gonna hear me. They never gonna believe me, and they're gonna always blame me. And I had to let her know, really, you gonna blame yourself, so I gotta get you up now and let you know it's okay. And that's what we all gotta do. That's the biggest step on you. You know, if I love me, I can't let nothing in but love. Because I love me, and I hated me enough. And when I hated me, even though we'll say we don't hate ourselves, when I hated me, I could only find what was wrong with me. I only attracted what was like me. You get what I'm saying? It's just, that's what it is. That's why when men say stuff like, oh, that woman, she just like men who like that. She like dogs. No, you don't know better. And when you do better. Now, if a dude say he want to get a dog, you're like, oh, you want to be a dog? Oh, no, I don't even play that. He got to go. He said he want to get a dog. I don't do dogs. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said I know how fast I go left. That's why I know when to pull out. I know when to hold them. I know when to fold them. I know when to zip my lips and just listen. I had to learn those things because sometimes you go quick to say something and it's already a fire, but you ain't even come in with no fire extinguisher. You just came in with some gasoline and thought you was going to put out a fire. And then you like, how did this spread all the way over the house? Well, one, because you're using gasoline. You know, so I had to learn that. Hey, Bridget Lynn. Oh, Bridget, you got a friend right here. You should never said, nah, I'm your homie. I'm your ace. That is the most terrible thing. True story. My oldest child is named after a girl who tried to bully me. And I mean, at first I didn't even realize it was bullying. She'd always had something to say. I had this spoiled brat chain. And I used to say, oh, well, you know, I liked it. My mama got it for me. I liked it. And one day she just was talking greasy, you know, almost like she's going to take my chain, but, you know, not taking the chain, but just saying how she'd take it or whatever. And then she started making statements like, man, I beat her ass. You know what I'm saying? I do this, I do that. Don't worry, after school, I got you. We was in the lunchroom. And I stood up and I told her, let's not prolong this any longer. Let's kick it right now. And what I realized was she wasn't even ready to go right now. But wait, if you want to fight me so bad, it don't matter if we fight after school or in school and we're going to get suspended. Let's catch these right now. And what I learned was bullies want you in a corner. Hop it up. Bullies want you to because they've been bullied somewhere. They weakness. And like I said, I gave her such homage, I named my first and only child after her. Spelled it different though. But yeah, I did. Because I thought she had such a pretty name to be such a... For no reason. But then later, without somebody telling me, I just started seeing what was really her pains. You know what I mean? And jealousy, I have a person bullying you. That too. They don't even be bullied. They just jealous. They jealous. Say, all this over this chain? That's right, Bridget. You got a family over here. You a queen in the kingdom. So you good. You are good. And even like I said, go tell that little girl in you, she gonna be okay. She gonna be okay. Because she's gonna become you. But you have to remember that you gotta be okay. You know, and like I said, it's a process. It's a process. You know. I mean, I go on, like I said, I ain't even gonna shift into some other stories of the dark. You know, I'm gonna have a story time. I think I'm gonna come in here one day and just do a story time. And of course, I won't give all in one day. We'd be on here, Terry Lynn. Terry Lynn, what's your record? 99,000 hours in a row? I'd be at 1,000,000 hours in a row. You know, because people always got to exaggerate something. Terry Lynn went live for 700. I say 700 hours. She should still be live right now. Then did she jump out the live and jump back in it? I don't care how long the money go live. You get on here and go live for 3 minutes if you feel like it. If that's what you choose to do, if that's where your message came, give it. And that's the good thing about having a channel. You can run in and do it how you want to. Just make sure you bring some kind of change. And like I said, some changes gonna be bad changes. Some gonna be good, depending on what position of the seat you in. That's what you gonna do. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's right. Went from a victim to a victor. Went from tearing my whole self apart to that's how many hours, I'm telling you. That's what people be saying. People just make up stuff. I remember one day somebody was saying, yeah, I heard you got 4 baby daddies. I only got 3 kids. Where the 4th one come? Now y'all making up kids I got? You know what I'm saying? Because people will make up anything. And in the worst part, you be like, you had the truth. You could just say I had 2 baby daddies. Because to some people, that's an insult to throw at you. Okay, then don't you have 2 baby daddies? Okay? The Lord forbid. Lord forbid you thought you loved someone and you didn't. Or they didn't love you back. Lord forbid. Throw that in my face. Say, what the? You know, people always got something to say. Say, Danny's just ride down the street taking people's life. It ain't never happened. Ain't never happened. You know, you just making up stuff I did. So sometimes it's laughable. Just laugh. I tell people, if it don't fit, look, in the words of Johnny Cochran, rest in peace, one of the greatest. Hey, if the glove don't fit, we must have quit. So if it don't fit you, let that shit fly. All right. I know that's right. And like I said, and so that is the space, and your calling is different. What you to bring is different. Everybody's is different. But as long as you bring in something, if it's one person that can say, man, I'm telling you, thank you for that, then you winning. You winning. Hashtag winning. And that's for all of us. That's for all of us. That's for all of us. But what we gonna do is we gonna take a whole bunch of pain and make pleasure. We're gonna take a whole bunch of bad and make good. We're gonna take a whole bunch of confusion and sort it out. And we might not be able to sort it out by the problems that will happen. We're gonna fix it and bring a change so the next don't have to even go through it. And that's how you make a difference. And that's what I'm on. So like I tell people, please, that ain't got no color on me. That's just got change. For real. And like I said, and the more people dog it or anything, I know I'm doing the right thing. I know it. I know it. I know it. And as long as my heart and soul can feel that, I know I am. I know I am. Oh, please. Half of the prison is filled with that. Y'all, we got to do with it. This is the world. This is the world. Say, wait, but you walking down that street? Guilty. Get up. Get in this car. You're guilty. Because they just said somebody's walking down the street and something just happened down the street. That's right. Hey, like I told y'all, this is for everybody in here. And everybody who come later or whatever. Take this in your life. No matter what God you serve, he give you free will. He give you a free will. So no one can make you choose anything. No one. And that automatically is choosing you. Period. So I tell somebody, oh, if I'm against it, I'm against it because I'm against it. And if none of y'all was against it, I'd still be against it. Just like if I'm for it, if none of y'all was for it, you think I'd stop being who I am? Come on, when I did my first live, I was trying to grow my hair out where I had shaved it off a year ago. And I said, wait a minute, I'm going to grow it back. And I went 6 months, didn't cut my hair off. So like this part was like this long. You know, you can't do nothing with it. It don't brush up into the ponytail with my other hair. It wasn't none of that going on where I tried to cut the sides. I end up cutting off one side bald and it just won't grow back right there. And then even the other side grow back. But those are my differences. But I said, I got to give you me. This is 100% me. So you can know this role. So before I can even get to what I really do and who I really am, I want you to know what my real goals are, what I really stand for. You know what I mean? And so that's it. But I know people gonna have please, and it's still gonna be somebody with their own perception of what you're doing. But remember this: you only hating people, you only disliking people what you hating yourself. One, two. No matter what somebody thinks of you, you have to know where you stand. So sometimes somebody can think something to you that you either fought out of or you're afraid to be, and that'll bother you. But who cares? At the end, who cares? Who cares? Sometimes you gotta look at it like that. And you can care. But it's almost like, remember when you was younger? Remember when we was tougher? When we was younger, we was all tough. I can tell everybody up in here was a firecracker. Everybody up in here stood tall. Even when you think you did. I can feel it. But when you was younger, you'd be outside going off on somebody and a blah, blah, blah. And a Scooby-Doo, and you ain't moved me, and that don't bother me. And then getting out, I can't believe they said that. Because I wouldn't let them see me weak. You couldn't have that from me. Because once I show you my weaknesses, I've given you my kryptonite. You know what I mean? I'm Superwoman. I can't give you my kryptonite. I can't. And even if I tell somebody, boy, one of the things I would fear the most if you mess with my kids is how they gonna lose it on you. Because they ain't matured that much. And because, like I said, I'm enough to be in myself to tell you that my kids react like I used to. Quick to put you in. So I even got to show them different. Oh, because they'll give you all the smoke you want. No vapes, all smoke. But I'm going to show them better too. Because see, when my sons was 18, 19 years old, I worried about that temper. And when they running up against that temper in their life. So I'm like, hey, we got to do better, yo. I got to show you better. I got to do better. I got to move better. Because they know we going to go, like I told you the other day, we name dumpers around here. Take Your Last Dance, my Huckleberry. Because this Huckleberry come out, it's over. Y'all know Doc wasn't playing. I'm from that place. But now I'm from a place where the Huckleberry could be in the crib, the Last Dance is in the crib, but it's my last resort. It means you literally came up in here, and wherever I'm at, you came up in here, you asked for it. But before it was no matter where we went, you had your Huckleberry with you. You didn't need no permits and conceal all that concealing. Yeah, permits to have money. I was like, they've been guns my whole life. From my grandfather from Louisiana, it started there. So, like I tell people, you have to show people different because the real people who we're going to affect with the things we do are the people we love. So you'll look up one day, it'll be your daughter. You'll look up one day, it's your son or your son's wife or your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter. You know? It'll just keep going. So, just put out the energy you want. Everything comes clean in the wash. Everything. It does. Yeah. Sometimes things will show. It's just like I look at everything that happened to me in life like a scar, right? And one day I heard a preacher say, heal the scar. No, heal the wound, but leave the scar. So it can remind me what I came from, what I came through. So even like when I did my video, at one point I'd have been like, I don't want to show my stomach because I got stretch marks. I had kids when I was young. And you stretch out your body. I don't want to show my stomach because I got scars from surgeries all on my stomach. You know what I'm saying? And not all over, but to me it's everywhere. But you know what I'm saying? But at one point we want to show that. But honey, that showed you that I made it. That showed you that I'm here. And it shows you that I love every inch of me. Because we always think God don't make mistakes, but then talk about all the stuff we should have had different. He should have gave me his nose. He should have gave me a better mouth. You know what? He should have gave me longer eyelashes. Well, then I guess he do make mistakes. Because he sort of messed up on all of us once upon a time. Let us tell it. Hey, Snuggle Bunny. But yeah, come on. And I think you get what you give out. Mm-hmm. Even when you don't see it. Like I said, sometimes I was reminded of what I did wrong when it happened back to me. And before I could even snap, I said, damn it, remember when you did that to such and such? And this one I knew I wasn't ready to change. And I said, but they deserved it. I ain't do nothing. They was a biatch. I'm not. They was a lying, skanky, dirty hoe. I ain't never been a hoe. It was a mean bitch, though. You know what I mean? You was running up at people's house, checking them, they mama, they dog, the cat. Because I used to tell people, I come up in your crib and run through this whole mob. You know what I'm saying? Run through your whole family. You know, this just became a problem with you, your mother, your sister, your cousin, your grandma. I pull up at your church. You know what I'm saying? We will pull up. Where'd that get me? Shoot. Then I was watching the Bronx Tale one day. I said, you right, son. I don't need people to fear me. I need them to respect me. And a real boss makes sure everybody eat and treat everybody as if they are a boss. And so I learned to move. I learned to move the right way. I'm raised through the streets, the movies, in the pain, okay? In the pain. And it's funny, we could watch a movie, they done made a whole murderer somebody we love. But we'll be judging somebody in real life because they did something we wouldn't do. They done did something I would never do. But you done did something they wouldn't do. And you'd hate for it to come out. Like Eddie Murphy said, open that closet. It's skeletons. It's a cemetery in that closet of skeletons. Stop. And some people deflect. It's just like, you know, how when people talking about each other, they roasting each other to dozens. They going on somebody just laughing so hard. And they really laughing hard to keep off of them. But where I'm from, we talking about you next. You know what I'm saying? Because you laughing so hard. Ain't that funny? You know, now you're going to catch it. Because that's why they was laughing hard in the first place. Keep it on you. That's why some people do gossiping. Because I want to tell you about everybody but me. And hope that you ain't smart enough to realize if they came to me, I'm part of that shit too. That's it. We make mistakes. I love a mistake when I learn from it. I love a mistake when it made me better. So I needed that mistake. I needed to be called out on myself. But now if you call somebody out and you come in with the same bullshit they was giving, you ain't gonna never get no resolve. Because y'all just gonna keep, you know, like I said, it's just like the person say, I cheated on you because you cheated on me. Now he cheated on you because you cheated on him. Now you cheated on him. When we gonna stop? When does it stop? Queen of O'Hara, hey Queen. But yeah, so that's what I've learned, y'all. Like, that's what I came on here, like I said, to get some love, joke a little bit about the crazy things we've done in life. Me. It's how you get up. Pick yourself up and try again. We all gonna fall. When you learned how to ride a bike, did you just get on one and just go flying down the street and knew how to stop it, break it, pop wheelies? No, you didn't. You ever got on some skates, you just jumped on the skates and was skating all down the street? No, you didn't. You failed. You wanted to quit. You said it was too hard. You was never gonna get it. And with a bike, somebody started you. Some of us started with training wheels. I didn't because I was always trying to go above where I was and rushing my life. Couldn't be a kid because I was too worried about when I was going to be a teenager. Couldn't be a teenager because I was too worried about when I was 21. Couldn't enjoy the moment. Stop, smell them roses. And that's what you have to do. You have to. Yeah. I'll show you, T-Land. I actually did see it. I did. I actually, today I'm doing a lot of catching up. You know what I mean? I really am trying to catch up. Because like I said, y'all would be surprised. I go just about everywhere and anywhere. And I really try some days. Because some days you're going to catch me where I'm a comment everywhere. And like I said, everybody won't see every comment I'm putting everywhere because I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm universal. You know what I mean? Like I tell people, some people they tough in their city, you know, in their town, their neighborhood. I'm this everywhere. I'm just gonna be me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know when to hold them, fold them, when to come in, when not to, and when I'm being pulled, I'm going. And I don't mean pulled by nobody. I'm pulling myself. Get your ass up and say something. Get your ass. I am. And so when I'm being pulled, that's my spirit telling me I got to. You didn't come across this by accident. And then sometimes I think you need to listen because it's something in here that you need to see about you that still is fired up. You think the fire out, but it's still burning just enough that if you get any kind of accelerator, it's going back up. So you have to know. So it's all a learn for me. It's all a super learning process for me. Burger King for the farm. Not Burger King, please. The only thing I'll eat out of Burger King, and I gotta have a taste for it, and that's probably gonna come like once every 2 years, and that's a Whopper. Fresh off the grill. You know what's funny? You be at Burger King and you'll say, yeah, make sure you give it to me fresh off the grill, right? And they say, it's all fresh off the grill. No, it's not. Because if it was, I wouldn't have to ask you. But Burger King, it's like Burger King went from nasty fries to okay nasty fries. Like, I like the onion rings. I like the little onion ring sauce. But then those are hit and miss too, because sometimes you get them, you're like, is this all breaded? Where's the onion? Like, there's no onion in this ring. But yeah. Oh, I love stir fry. I love stir fry. Request from the prince. I had other plans. Never ate it in my life. And like I told y'all, because I'm so never the one, I'm not here to persuade nobody on nothing. I'm not here to knock nothing. I just don't mess with Chick-fil-A at all. At all. Never ate it. Won't eat they nothing. I don't mess with Chick-fil-A. Because see, like I said, when I have a real stance on something, that's how I know. Like you could have messed up, and I still best with you and show you the same respect I was showing you before I knew you messed up, or whatever it may be. But at the end, like when I'm done, I'm done. Like when I don't, I don't. I'm not, and see, look, and I'm still not gonna dog you. I'm not even gonna dog you. I'm not gonna give somebody else a reason to. It's cool. Like I said, everybody I know love Chick-fil-A. I mean, they just about dance every time they talk about, best customer service, best this, best sauce. Give me some Chick-fil-A sauce. Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A. Yeah, when somebody work at some place, you'll just get sick and tired of it. I mean, you'll be like, oh my goodness, I don't even want it. Somebody say it now, I don't want to eat it no more. Like, ugh. I think that's why I hate McDonald's. And I only worked there for like a month. And I had to tell him, I don't know if y'all know who Calvin was, but he had that McDonald's commercial, Calvin going to McDonald's college and stuff. And Dave Chappelle ended up making a joke about Calvin, you know, that little Calvin commercial they had about McDonald's. But I swear, when I worked there, I think Calvin must have been working with me because this guy was like, he would say stuff like, okay, today on your shift, you're going to do 2 hours of fries. Why would I want to stand at these fries all day? And literally that would be your position, just at the fries all day. And then it was too much. And there's one day I was like, oh no, I got to go. That's when you're young. You know, when you're young, you want a job to get paid, but you don't want to work. That's where I was at that time. Zaxby's good. I just started eating that out here. Actually, it's a place out here called Trap House Chicken. I said I gotta try that out. They got a whole bunch of different chickens, and I want to see what's to them. Chicken and ribs, I think, is what they do. But I've been hearing about it since I came out here. So I'm gonna try them out one day. Oh yeah. My buddy, while she was in college, her whole freshman year, she was at McDonald's. And I mean, she was out there on the dorms at SIU and stuff. And I kid you not, I'm like, see, your McDonald's job seemed to be helping your whole life. Then once again, I started thinking like, man, if I only would have graduated, I could be out there in college with my buddy living. So we would always go for like, they had a King of Hearts, homecoming, whatever. We'd always come out there to college and had that experience and stay in her dorm and, you know what I mean? And in her crib and then I would think, man, if we would have did it right, we could have all been here together. But that wasn't our trail. And sometimes you have to understand that road wasn't for me. Like it just wasn't my road. But the thing is, that's still my buddy to this day. That's my sister. Oh, them cheese balls? My sister put me up on them. Yeah. Exactly. This is good. Slim Chickens? I never heard of them. Oh, yeah. Wendy's. The 4 for 4 still puts me through a broke day and a good meal. Please. The other day, me and my sister was going to the grocery store. I literally told her pull over so I can get us a 4 for 4 each. Because we're going to go in this grocery store and lose our mind and not have nothing. It's going to be hunger. But yeah, McDonald's. Y'all remember the Daily Double? Hey, I was in high school. That Daily Double was $2.14. You ain't even buy lunch out that nasty lunchroom. He was like, I'm going to hit up McDonald's when I get out. Give me a Daily Double. Please, I love that stuff. Wendy's, like White Castle was more that late night. We've been out drinking all night. Slide on them sliders. I probably had White Castle the last 6 years. I probably had it once. Like really twice maybe. I don't even mess with White Castle like that no more. Even though that jalapeno burger, it's now my favorite one. Cause I don't order cheese. Anybody know me? No, I don't order cheeseburgers at no restaurant because I can't stand when they give you some cold cheese. And one thing I don't like about any restaurant is giving you back my food complaining. Because if I give you back my food, we're done with the whole thing. Like you can not only give it back, refund me my money, and let's keep it moving. Because I'm done. I just don't. Because people get an attitude because they got to do their job. You're like, my cheese isn't melted, and it's kind of like you just do a cold piece of cheese on here. It's changing the whole flavor of the sandwich. Oh, give me baby, you can't have that kind of attitude with my food. I'm gonna need you to, just like when you're in a restaurant and somebody treating the waitress rude, like, excuse me, they wait till she done went to go do something, then when she come back, like, oh, and by the way, go give me some A1 sauce. I always tell them, make sure my food is at this table before you start treating that waitress like that. Come on, people. Yeah, I'm from Chicago. Yep. Chi-town love, west, north, south. And if you're from Chicago, you'll also know it's the east side. We running all over. I love that whole city. And ain't no way I could ever make it and not reach in my city. And reach for my shorties in the city. And reach for better for us. And that, like, no place be perfect. It's too much money made off all the wrong things we do. You got to remember that. Even sometimes on YouTube, people making money off of being on straight bull schwanky. It's money in it. Like I said, even the Big Mac slide, I can't eat no burger when I'm in a restaurant now. If I'm at home, we putting cheese on that burger. But in a restaurant, no, I don't trust them. I can't stand when they get the burger and then they some new person in the back just sloppily threw it on there. I'm like, hey, when I worked at Wendy's in high school, because as you see, I worked at McDonald's and Wendy's and Subway. These 3 restaurants I've worked in. It didn't last a month at none of them. But anyway, when I worked at Wendy's, before we could even start, we had to watch a whole video, how you make the sounds, the lettuce dancing and stuff. And they got mad at me when I was in the orientation because I was like, I ain't never got a burger look this perfect. Ever. They good. I love Wendy's little burgers. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't never looked like this. And you telling me this is the order of Wendy's. I bet now Wendy's, they don't even show that video. But we literally in orientation had to watch a video. And when I worked at Jules, we had to watch a video at our orientation, we had to watch a video on how to bag groceries. And they was literally telling stuff like, this is a no-no. And it was showing somebody taking some bleach in your food and putting it together. They, oh, never. I'm like, who putting bleach in it? And I was like 17. Like, who is putting bleach in the bag with my chicken? But you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You'd be like, oh, because I done stopped bagging. Like, whoa. Don't put that in there because if that open, that's my food. Or you'll have your chicken, you got that little thin plastic cover over it, and they want to put heavy stuff on top of it. So you're going to open up this meat. I say, where's that movie I watched when I was at Jaws? I'm going to send this all around all these companies. Then you get mad when you're in the grocery store and they be like, bag your own. So you be like, bag my, wait, so I got to pay for it? Put it in the cart, take it to the car, bring it back to the house, unload it, cook it. Man, you better bag this. I'm telling you, they let you know the ketchup was there. They let you know what was on there. Hey, I'm about to ask y'all, do any of y'all put ketchup on a hot dog? I do. And you'll be surprised, especially when you're going in Chicago, somebody Chicago style. I'm like, I'm gonna bump all that. I do Chicago style. I don't put pickles on no hot dog though. I said put them pickles on the side. As a matter of fact, wrap them up in their own little piece of paper because I don't want that pickle juice on my bread. Only soggy or little soggy bread I like is Sloppy Joe's. I used to have a lot of food phobia, so I used to be like, don't let my food touch each other. If they touch, I can't eat the parts that touch each other. And my grandfather would be mixing it up like slop. And I'm like, and sometimes I feel like I know I'm getting old when I'm taking the bread and sopping it up. I say, wait a minute, I used to talk about Granddaddy for years for that. But like I told Mackie, he might not be on here no more. I told him one day he was doing crawfish. How I've never ate crawfish before, y'all. Because once I see somebody pop a head off, so I said, wait. Let's not use words like we're going to suck this out of it. But now these days, I'm dying to go somewhere and they just pour crawfish and corn and shrimp all over a table and we gets in it. Ooh, Chicago deep dish, fine. My sis that I stayed with just told me that she went to New York and had some good pizza. So I'm going to have to try it. Because at some place I go, I'm like, this pizza is disgusting. It's just too thick. It's too dry. Oh, yeah, like even out here in Georgia, you know, good Southern food. But Chicago, we got way better hidden treasures like little. I got a buddy in Inglewood. He got a little, it's called Dex. He got a little jerk. I kid you not, best jerk wrap. When I get to Chicago, I'm going to do a video on him. Because it's a hidden treasure. Because people here in Inglewood, they ain't going. But I promise you, it's worth the trip. Yeah, soggy bread. But like I said, but I love Sloppy Joe's. I love a Sloppy Joe. And that bring back the kid in me. Give me a Sloppy Joe's and a bag of Lay's, plain potato chips. I'm in hog heaven. And in gluttony probably too, because I love Sloppy Joe's. And fresh soft bun. Oh, I love a Sloppy Joe. I'm going to have to make some tomorrow. At Heinz during the summer. That's high school. You said you never touch ketchup? Oh, I kid you not. Now, I always tell people, when it kind of like a Polish, like I like a Polish, and it got to be fried. I love it with grilled onions. But I got to have mustard. If there's no mustard, I will not eat a hot dog or a Polish, period. Mustard is a must. Mustard is a must for me. Just like a burger, I got to have mustard. I love mustard. I just started eating mayonnaise. When I was young, I couldn't stand mayonnaise. I just thought it was something my grandma liked. I liked Miracle Whip. Right. I just started messing with mayonnaise. And what's funny is, if you give me some mayonnaise with olive oil in it, I like that a lot better than Miracle Whip. Like, I don't even think I get Miracle Whip anymore. I think we only get mayonnaise. Yeah, soggy bread. But here's something y'all gonna say is nasty. Fun fact about me. I like soggy cereal. I do, but I only like cereal at night. I don't like cereal for breakfast at all. I can't. I am not lactose intolerant because I love milk, but I can't digest milk in the morning at all. I can't. It's gonna make my stomach hurt so bad. Oh, them rotten ones. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to I can do tomatoes, like, if they're diced up real small on a taco, like, I could do that. I could do tomatoes in a salad, but I do not like tomatoes. My grandmother used to grow tomatoes and literally sit there and eat them, like, bite into a tomato or slice them up and put salt on, like, that juice, them tomatoes, I gotta learn. But now, fried green tomatoes, not just the movie, that's good. I love stuffed peppers. I love food. I love food. That's why I said I'm gonna hit these YouTube streets, go state to state. I'm gonna hit these streets, state to state, city to city. And when I come into your city, we breaking bread. Let's meet at some restaurant. And trust me, if I'm coming out there, it could be on me. Yes, Susan, I cannot eat. I love cereal at nighttime. Golden Grams, one of my favorite cereals ever. Golden Grams, Lucky Charms, like I love those. Captain Crunch, Captain Crunch peanut butter. Oh. Now I don't do Captain Crunch Crunch berries. When I was a kid, I did. No, I don't do that no more. I like that clusters and almonds. I like that. I wouldn't have ate that back in the day, but I like that. That's actually really good. That's another cereal I like. I used to love Honey Nut Cheerios. Oh my goodness, I used to love them. I probably haven't ate Honey Nut Cheerios in about 20 years though, but I used to, oh my goodness. We get that for breakfast in the morning at school, and they get a little box, you put a milk in it. Man, I'd be trading like we was in, see, no joke, but real talk. CPS was almost set up like it was training you for jail. People was up in there trading off like we was doing commissary. Hey, so you got one of them donuts? All right, I give you 2 cereals, chocolate milk for your. Oh man, that's a deal. And you said 20 cents too? Hold on, I got 20. Honeycombs. I used to like those. But I never liked Pops when I was a kid. I actually eat them now. I used to just love any cereal with like marshmallows and so all the counts except for Count Chocula and Cookie Crisp. But now, honey grams, the cookie, I eat that like cereal. You give me some honey grams, I am putting that in a bowl, pouring milk on it, and I'm eating that, and that gets soggy. I'm eating that like cereal. But I think I like cereal a lot because my granddad was country, so he used to do, he was in Louisiana, he used to do buttermilk. Is that buttermilk he was using? I know whatever milk he used, I would never do. I do a regular milk. But he would do cornbread. So my grandma made cornbread, he would do cornbread and milk. And so when I was a kid, he would give it to me. We sit down and eat it together, and I just loved it. But he would put like cottage cheese and all this stuff in his. I just do the cornbread and milk. I still eat cornbread and milk. Yeah, that regular Captain Crunch is fire. Fruit Loops. How I forget about Fruit Loops? Apple Jacks. The new Apple Jacks, they can keep that. They can keep them new. Why is it that everything we loved back in the day is like disgusting? Like, it's like, what did they do? But then people say it's they're trying to make it healthier. Take it back to trash. Because let me tell you, when I want my guilty pleasures, I need them to be all trash. I don't want a healthy guilty pleasure. I don't want, you know, I don't want that. Ew. Put all that extra sugar in it. I'm so bad. Told y'all I still got a bunch of vices I need to fix, like the things I eat. I've come a lot better. Surgeries gave me that. But look, all this talking about food, y'all. I'm about to run out and take Nino out. I see it got dark. I'm going to take him out real quick. I'm going to throw on my, all the sugar. That's right. That's how I feel. Like, give me all the sugars. Don't give me the generic version, sugar-free. Keep it. Keep that for somebody who might have the sugars. But for me, and I do suffer from low blood sugar, I become a whole different person. Yeah. There's a lot of things change. And even like when we worked in the daycare, see, we'll talk about food, I'll be all night. Even when I worked in the daycare, you were surprised that you got to change a lot of stuff because so many people had allergies and they were just allergic to everything. I thought it was bad. My nephew, he's allergic to shellfish and peanuts. So, we real careful with those things. So, like, because of him, he has an EpiPen on that. And one day somebody made them a meal and they were like being cautious, being separate and separate. And the lady's husband, she didn't even know until my nephew had a reaction. He took a taste out of both before she put it in the bowl, I guess, which is also nasty because that means he didn't wash that spoon. But anyway, that contaminated the food. So my nephew had this allergic reaction, had to be rushed to the hospital. It was bad, but he made it and everything else. So because of that, like, I don't eat peanuts in public. And then even if I go somewhere and I eat fish and stuff, I'm thoroughly washing and disinfecting my hands because I want to be careful on what I touch because you never know who's gonna, like, I look on the bus, people eating peanuts and throwing the shell on the floor. And I'm like, dude, do you know that somebody can get on here and have an allergy? And people don't walk on the bus and be like, oh, excuse me, has anybody ate peanuts today? Did you touch the seat? Did you touch the window? Did you touch this pole I'm about to hold? So when they started banning peanuts, like in public places and, taking the peanuts out the ballparks, people were pissed. But I understood. I really did. But yeah, guys, I was talking about food. Now I want to eat something and get a snack. We actually are eating nachos. But one thing about me, I'm so when I need my happy spaces, so I can eat some kind of taco every week. It'll be a chicken taco, a turkey taco, a steak taco, nachos, quesadillas. Once a week, one of those, that's gonna be in my menu because it's a happy place for me. It really is. So today we are eating nachos. I'm gonna let Nino out. Think about a snack, but now I'm wanting cereal. But once again, if I want cereal, it gotta be like 10, 11. That's when it's really my best friend. I guess it's because all them days when you was a kid and your mom like, what you want for dinner? You be like, cereal. They be like, girl, that ain't no dinner. And he's like, man, when I get older, I'm going to eat all the cereal I want. I know I did. Okay. Yeah, he crossed it, yeah. Yeah, those peanuts are no joke, D. And like I said, I learned it with my nephew, and I realized how many people in the world were affected by that. And I'm just way more. And I love peanuts. I don't really love the inside of peanuts, but you know how you get them on the shell. Oh, and I don't like white salt like that, but it's something about the salt on the shell of a peanut that drives me crazy. I love to suck the salt off a peanut. I do. That's my favorite part. Like ah. I had I had deer. My friend made it had some chip. No, wait. No, that wasn't. Wait, was that bison? She made some chili. But I remember the meat was a little sweet. Is deer meat a little sweet? It was a little different. Deer. I wonder was that deer. I'm trying to remember what that was. I had to call her. But yeah, so last year, that was probably at the beginning of the year, one of my buddies in like January, she made this chili, and I can't remember what meat it was, but it wasn't like a ground beef or ground turkey. And I was like, wasn't bad, but I don't like chili sweet. I like chili spicy, But like my little cousins, my little brother cousins, they like my brothers, they my cousins. They all do like chili on their spaghetti. I mean, sugar on their spaghetti, sugar in their chili, sugar on their beans. I'm like, what the? All this sweet food. I'm not a big fan for sweet food like that. When I want sweets, I want ice cream, cookies. I want sweet stuff. Just like even when I do waffles and chicken, don't you put out no syrup. Yeah, I don't want syrup. I don't want it sweet. I don't even like pancakes with flavor. Like I like pancakes, and I like pancakes with syrup. You know what I mean? But like people do strawberry pancakes, no, I don't. Not saying they not good. I just don't. Whipped cream on my pancakes, no. But most people I know love it. Man. But that strawberry, put some extra strawberries and whipped cream on top. Like, oh my God. Okay. Because I told you I had a lot of funny eating ways, and some I still am trying to get better and get better. You know, like this palate. I think when I started watching Hell's Kitchen, when it first started coming out, I really tried to use my palate, you know, but he's not lying. If you smoke, especially if you smoked in that day, that palate is off a little bit. But like if I didn't and I'm trying something, I can literally taste it. And I'll say to somebody like, did you put some nutmeg in there? Whatever it is. And they're like, how'd you know that? Because I'm really using my palate. Like I'm really using this thing here. Your chili has to be sweet. Mm. I told you I know a lot of people like that. Yeah, then it had to be deer because it was a little game. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But I remember it was different. And I was thinking, man, I wish she wouldn't have did it in chili. I wish she'd have did something different so I could actually taste it. And like the first time I had lamb, you know, and not a gyro. The first time I had lamb, like lamb chops, I wasn't impressed. But then one day I went out and my buddy ordered these lamb chops. And they were just delicious. So I guess it's how it's prepared, you know what I mean? How it's made, but it's a different one. But I haven't ate a lot of lamb in my life. Like I've had a lamb chops probably like 4 or 5 times in my life. Because like I said, for years, I don't care. A week ago, I called my buddy down here. We can go to the best steakhouse in your state. We can go to the best restaurant. We could be in the top restaurants. And I walk up in there and be like, let me get some chicken fingers. Because everybody gonna have chicken fingers, chicken tenders. Let me get some chicken tenders. Let me get that. Run that and because I just, you know, sometimes you go to a restaurant, somebody is expensive, but it's just I'm not full. I'm not satisfied. I just the food don't even value the price. That's how it feel. I never had duck. I never had duck. My buddy was talking about duck around Thanksgiving, and I was telling her then like I've never had duck. Never. Is it good? Now, don't tell me it don't taste like chicken or nothing, because my buddy swear frog tastes like chicken, frog legs, and I just find that very hard to believe. I haven't got there yet to eat frog legs. I don't like frogs. Just thinking, that's why I haven't been able to eat crawfish yet, because just thinking, And then I used to only eat popcorn shrimp. So I've just gotten in the last few years to a place where I even get shrimp that you peel, but I can't do the shrimp with the heads on. At least take that part off. Yeah, I don't want to do it myself. That's why I wouldn't even eat crab for a long time. So I'm like, oh, it's just too much like an animal. I just my mother always said, all these foods are animals. And I have my vegetarian mom. I'm just not gonna eat any animal. Yeah, that's why I said it's got to be how it's made. Because the first time I had, I'm like, oh, lamb chops. Oh no, this is not good. But then the next time I had, I'm like, whoa, this is actually delicious, delicious. And then like my sister, her and her husband are my sister's not vegan no more. She practiced it for a while, but she'll eat on Friday. She'll eat like chicken or fish, but she doesn't eat beef, pork, any of that, any of those things like that. But when they took me to this vegan burger spot in Chicago, not too far from the Chicago theater, in that area, in that whole theater area downtown, and it's I wish I knew the name of it offhand and give them props. But when I tell you I got a burger out of there, I wouldn't believe it. I kept telling the guy, "You're lying. This ain't no vegan burger. This couldn't be. Couldn't be. Couldn't be." It was good. Yeah, I'm a texture person too. So if that texture hit me in my mouth, I gotta get it all the way out because it's just. It's what helped me work with when I would have to work with autistic, understanding like that how they are about textures and their senses. So some things you'd be thinking, oh, he'll have so much fun because it's bubbles. But it was something they pull them hands back. That's how I'm about texture. Oh, as soon as that texture, that don't, something ain't right about that. And I don't like to, every time I say this, I think perverted. I don't like to put big pieces of meat in my mouth. So anything has to be broken down. Like it's big, like people used to make meatballs, big meatballs. I'm going to literally be the one sitting there cutting your meatball up into like 10 pieces. And they're like, what are you doing? Just cut off a piece and eat. No, I can't eat it like that. I just can't. And when you're younger and you say it's like something, man, what you doing about it? You're like, what the? I'm talking about what I eat. Am I chewing on my boyfriend? Sick. Oysters. People care when they say they're eating oysters and it looks like they're drinking them to me. I'm like, are we drinking them? Are we eating them? That's why I haven't had one. And they're like, it's an aphrodisiac. So is Prince. Well, I know people love oysters though. I've never. I remember on my birthday, it was like my 25th birthday. We went to Pappadeaux. Now, first of all, I'll never do this again. Went to Pappadeaux with a party at like 14. If my sister cut that hair, she go hit the floor. Man, I got there a little late. It's my birthday, me and my twin. I get there a little late. They done ordered oysters. They done ordered all these little sides. And people ordering their meal. Man, that bill was like $1,000. I said, wait a minute. Because this one I ain't even eat seafood like that, y'all. So I'm like, wait a minute. I got a bowl of gumbo. And I gave out the stuff in it mainly. Yeah, I said, y'all paid that much to drink on oysters and frog legs and crab. Yeah. And I'm also the type too, like if you have chicken wings and stuff, people always like, would you just grab a couple of wings and go? Because I'm thinking, if certain look a certain way, I can't even grab it. Oh, that's too big. I don't do steroid chicken. And then my mother would be in the background, like, it's just how she is. She'll lose her whole appetite. Because I've been this way. So I've come a long way, guys. I got a long way to go. Like I said, to get to know me, you'll learn. There's so many different sides. That's so crazy. And now y'all got me starving. Y'all done made me hungry now. You see that? Oh, no, please. Oysters either, you and me. I actually ate mussels for the first time. Within the last year. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't something I'm just like dying to have again. At all. Look at it all. But it wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But I thought it would be more meat in there for some reason. I don't know why, but it was. I don't know. It wasn't that bad, though. Oh, I can only guarantee you some of the best Popeyes I ever had was in Louisiana. I told you I used to go to Louisiana every summer when I was a kid. That's going to be one of my story times. I learned a lot there, too. Some I took with me. Some I had to, because we talking about 30 years ago. I had to revamp it to my generation. But, yeah, I got a lot of values out of there. But Louisiana last time, no, not the last time I went there, but when my cousin got married like 20 years ago, one day we stopped at this Popeye. My God. I said, wait, these are a whole different red bean and rice. Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, so I can only imagine. Now, some of the best seafood I had was the last time I was just in Los Angeles. I was staying right at they docked the the boats on the other side of Venice Beach. And there was a restaurant right there. I kid you not, my sister got these tuna tacos. And when they brought them out, I said, she ate some tuna, not tomatoes. That lady started cracking up. She said, this fresh tuna. I said, girl, we open tuna in the can, it's white. Ain't none of that. Not a man can't change sis. I'm telling y'all. Like, boy, but that was some, man, that salmon, and my buddy got this shrimp pasta. Oh my goodness, that was some of the freshest. I could tell that was some fresh caught seafood. Like, that fresh food is totally different. Just like when I was in Louisiana, my auntie would be outside killing a chicken, but boy, that'd be the best too. You be sitting there, I ain't eating that chicken she killed today. I ain't gonna even mess with it. And your plate comes, because back in the day, you ate what got in front of you. Period. They said, ain't nobody gonna hurt you eat that. Boy, it'd be the freshest chicken. You're like, man, something about when they first, because it's not all processed. That's the best part about fresh. It's not all processed. But yeah. Oh, yeah, y'all got me hungry. Look, my sidekick is right here. Look, he right here to let me know. Hey, Nee, you want to come and say hello to everybody? You want to tell him hey? Say hey. He came to let me know I was saying. He's like, okay, I gave you an extra 10 minutes. Look, he rolling his eyes. He said, I came to tell you it's time for us to go. This is our chill time. So I'm going to tell you this, Ben, and go take my booty out with salmon. I could eat salmon every day. Oh, yeah, I bet they good. I used to make salmon. Okay, Nina, let me tell you about these salmon croquettes and we'll go. I used to make salmon croquettes and use the canned salmon. And then one day I used fresh salmon. I can't even do it no more. Like, I got to have fresh salmon. Thank you. That is my bunny. That's my bestie. He's really, that's my bestie. The dogs teach you how to love people because they love you and all your shit and shenanigans. So, like I told you, I lost one of my dogs. I had it for 16 years. She was a husky shepherd mixed. I had her since she was 7 weeks old till she was 16 years old. And she passed in January. They are my friends. They're my children. They are my family. I love him. And he's so smart that he stayed here the whole time. He's just chilling, laying, getting him some sleep. He's like, oh, I'm right now. But when it hit his time, because they don't know the perception of time, but they know that kind of feel like, hey, it's our little minute right here. This is our evening minute. So I'm going to give it to him, try to stick to the schedules. I try to keep him on the agenda. You eat at 6, 12, and 6. You know what I mean? We go out, we do this. I try to keep him on there. I'm trying. Some days, you can't. But if I'm here, we're going to do it the way we're supposed to. But guys, I love you. I really enjoyed this. Now I'm hungry. Now, if we ever meet, we meet. And that's the thing. We meet at restaurants. Because we're going to eat. And if I've been to your city, it's on me. If you come to mine, it's on you. But yeah, because now y'all got my taste buds open. I want some of everything we've been talking about, except for that frog and the moisters. Except for them two. I'm ready for whatever to eat. But man, guys, I really enjoyed this. My spirit hasn't felt this good all day. And you all just boosted my energy with nothing but love and respect for not only me, but each other. I thank you for this conversation. If I missed a comment, if I missed a person, I apologize. I truly appreciate you. If you come back later, I truly appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, because when we're in the kingdom, you just put on your kingdom side. And that's what we did. We just kicked it in the kingdom, and that's fine. And so I hope it was some joy for everybody while we was in here. I hope you got a laugh. Anything. I just hope something good came out of it for everybody. But seriously, like I said, for real, love you the real way, the right way, the long way. And y'all know I don't do all that like share on my lives, because this one we just chit-chatting on the phone. We just hanging out. And the only reason I have a moderator is because she the operator when we're here. She's just the operator. But I love you guys for real. I'm going to get out here because now he's standing at the door like he really going to rush me. He worse than my son texting me, then text me back. Huh? And I didn't even say nothing. Huh? I needed it too, Vixie, guys. I needed this. I did. Thank you. You all felt my love tank up for the night. Like, thank you. Because it's nothing better than somebody who has, no reason to love you. And I thank you for that. I really do. It lets me know that no matter what it is and how it is or what we done, good win. So Thank you guys. Have a good night. Like I said, I'll probably catch you somewhere because, like I said, I got some catching up to do today. I got some catching up to do. I got some comments just to drop some love, drop some hearts, drop some whatever. I got some catching up to do. And then I'm sure, because like every other time, I probably look at my notification, like, wait, 96 of y'all went live today while we was talking about food. I never know. But everybody have a great night. I love you. Talk to you later. I just got to remember to hit this end button.